Hey guys, I'm very excited to be able to show you a preview copy of Session. This is a game that has been hitting YouTube recently. A lot of streamers and YouTubers and people have had a chance to play it. A lot of you guys have asked me why I haven't yet, and that was because I did not get a copy. So yesterday they sent me a new version. It's actually an updated build from what you may have seen before, so it might be slightly less glitchy and stuff like that. But this is still a preview build. They're calling it a prototype down there at the bottom of the screen. The press kit thing that they sent out calls this a pre-alpha to give you an idea of where it's at. They say that the art assets, like the models and the textures and everything, is all placeholder right now. Most of the animation is placeholder. They say 95% of the motion capture is not in place yet. So just keep all that in mind. This is a work in progress for sure. This is just the prototype that they want to use to launch their Kickstarter, which they're going to be doing. Ooh, nice. Which they're going to be doing on November 14th. In about a week and a half, 2 weeks or so. So this is a proof of concept more than anything. So don't get too hung up on the graphics, the performance, or anything like that. But it's just a concept to show you basically where they're going to go with it. So I want to talk about how the controls work. That's kind of tough to clear. I had to focus for a second. How the controls work is a bit different than you might expect. It's similar to Skate in the way that you use the joysticks, but not much else is the same. So you actually steer with the triggers, which takes a lot of getting used to. I will still run right into stuff because when I see something coming, I will just by instinct hit the joystick and then nothing happens. But Crea-ture Studios came up with a completely new control scheme, which seems like it's actually on purpose. It doesn't seem like it's just trying to be different from Skate. It does seem like there's a good reason for the way they did what they did. So here's how it works. The right joystick will control your right foot. It's always your right foot. So in Skate, it would be like your front foot and your back foot. This is right and left foot. So it's a lot more authentic from a skateboarding perspective as far as like when you skate switch or nollie, you have to do things differently. You have to mirror the motion. You have to do the opposite side, all that kind of stuff. So what you do, the speed, I think could use a little bit of work. There are a lot of times when you will just get stuck on a bank and not be able to make it up. You can always hop off the board though. So the right stick is your right foot, the left stick is your right foot. So if I want to do an ollie, I hold down on the right stick and then up on the left stick. So my foot is sliding up the nose, that's how I'm ollieing. The left stick will flick in different directions. So left will be a kick flip, right would be a heel flip, that kind of stuff. If you scoop the right foot, you can start to add in spins to it. 360 flip, come on. 360 flip, I think that's one of the tricks they do have motion capture because it looks pretty good. 360 flip, varial heel flip, laser flips are in the game. Again, all placeholders for the time being, but yeah, that's how it works. It does take a lot of getting used to. This is the hardcore mode you see up in the top right. They're calling it hardcore mode. There is a basic mode, which I tried to mess around with, but I know I'm going to be playing hardcore mode anyway, so I didn't really spend a ton of time doing that. You can do manuals. It seems like it kind of glitches out slightly, like you don't actually land in the manual. You land and then manual, but that's fine. There are a lot of other things that aren't in this build yet, such as grabs. They want to do. I'm going to set up a new waypoint. So just like Skate, you can set session markers, which is the whole point of this game. But they want to add in grabs. They want to do, I have a little list here of stuff that they sent along. They want to add in a fast forward and rewind. Come on. They want to add in a fast forward and rewind option. So instead of going to your session marker, you could just rewind. Come on. This ledge is giving me a lot of problems. Like you can nollie onto it a lot of the times. I've never been able to regular kickflip onto it. There we go. You can tweak out the grinds right now, but you can't balance them, which is something else they want to add in. The game treats every type of grinding surface the same. So you'll sink in on a ledge when you went on a rail, stuff like that they need to work on. But there's a lot of other cool stuff that they want to do, like the trick catching system. So and flip speed. I'm gonna try to land something here. Come on. There we go. That's something else. The grinds all act the same. So 360 flip, or a blunt slide will slide just as easily as a 50-50 grind right now. But they want to add in flip speed so you can do a kickflip a lot faster or slower, and a catching system. So the idea behind that would be, I guess from what I've read, you could do a 360 flip but then not catch it and wait for it to come back around until it's at 720, then do a 720 flip. So kind of like the create a trick mode in some of the later Tony Hawk games, where you can start the board flipping and just choose when to catch it. I haven't heard anything about that myself. That's just something I've read online and stuff. Their press kit does mention catching, so not entirely sure what they have in mind. Hopefully their Kickstarter will have a little bit more information than that. So yeah, like right here, I have to hold my left foot or the left stick up to land in that nose manual, and then I steer with the trigger. So it is pretty strange, but after a while you do get used to it. So all in all, I have been having a lot of fun with this game, even in its current form where you glitch out and stuff. I actually played it. They gave it to me yesterday, and yesterday morning I played it for about, 2 hours maybe. I was just having a lot of fun. I will show you a little bit afterward, because right now I'm trying to record, so I'm not doing great, but I will show you some of the other things that I filmed. But I have a lot of high hopes for this game. I've never done that before. I think I did a motion for a 360 shove it. I wonder if it kind of looked like an impossible though. I've been having a lot of fun with the game. I can't wait to see what they come up with. I'm going to be keeping an eye on their Kickstarter. I'm probably going to do a little video on the Kickstarter when it comes out, so keep an eye out for that. The Kickstarter comes out on the 14th. My closest regular published date to that might be that coming Friday. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I'm very excited for this. There seems to be a ton of potential here. I always talk about how Thrasher on the PS1 is the most realistic skateboarding game, but this might have it one-upped. So realistic that I can't even get enough height to ollie to an 8-inch box. I'm telling you, I tried that for like 10 minutes straight. I can never actually pop a kickflip up onto this thing. But yeah, this game looks really cool. I'm really excited for it. I'm glad that they were able to send me a copy. And I'm really looking forward to what they've got going. So I'm just going to try to skate around a little bit, maybe do some different tricks, and see if I can throw together some lines. I've been having a lot of fun. So I was doing a spin trick. You do that just by holding the trigger, so it's like you're turning in the air. It makes sense. And it's cool when you land a little bit early and then you try to keep your spin going. Like you turn in the same direction as you were spinning. You do that just by keeping the trigger down. Like it makes sense. You follow through and you hold down on it. I think that's pretty cool. The speed is a little bit annoying because you can hold down A and you'll push like that. And look, you go like 5 miles an hour tops. You can tap it multiple times to go a little bit faster, but that's kind of annoying. We'll see. I also think it's a little bit weird. It takes a little bit of getting used to, for sure, but it's a little weird that the feet motions are in the directions that they are. So your left and right sticks are your left and right feet, and they're to the left and right of each other. Everything makes sense so far. But yeah, and the camera just kind of moves on its own when you fall. But you know, my right foot, to put weight on the tail, you would think I might hit the right direction. You know, like if you're looking down in your hands, you're seeing a sideways skateboard in your hands, but you hold down. So it's kind of like the feet are moving in relation to themselves, not in relation to where the board would be. It just takes getting used to. It doesn't instantly make sense, but I've been roughly able to do what I want to do at this point. Not so much with the grinds. Doing grinds is pretty tough. I'm going to try to show you some on this rail. Easiest way is to just walk up here. I will show you real quick the trick list. Yeah, this is what's in the game right now. It looks like a lot, but it's everything in both stances, so it's half of this. Let's look at some grinds. Sorry about my work emails popping up on screen. But yeah, you see the grinds there. You have to move your feet in different directions. I've never successfully done a smith or feeble or anything like that. I'm not even going to bother because, like I said, I can barely kickflip up onto stuff. You basically have to nollie, it seems like. But I'm going to try some nollie stuff. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so it's cool. You can actually tweak the grind while you're in it. So like you saw, I was in a nose grind, and then you can move to a crook or an over crook or something like that. Let's try like a 5-0. So there's definitely no like snapping onto the rail like in the first couple of skate games. It does feel very authentic, and that's the purpose of the game. In fact, they actually say that they will not put in scores in the game at all because they're not going to how they phrase it. I thought I wrote it down. They're not going to tell you. They won't dictate what tricks are better. So the idea is just that you're out skating. You're not trying to worry about what the game thinks. You're not trying to game the system or trick it into giving you more points because this game really loves combos. This game really loves having extra speed, that kind of stuff. You're not worried about all that. You're just skating and you're having fun. I think that's kind of cool. So I think time will tell what the actual game will be like. Is it literally just having sessions, or do you is that inward? Couldn't really tell. Instead of actually having like a story and all that kind of stuff. I think that's fine. I'm curious to see if they frame it in anything, like you have to play this level and it's for a certain amount of time before you unlock the next one. Like I just don't really know too much about how all that stuff's gonna work. But we will all learn together when their Kickstarter comes out pretty soon. Yeah, that's the pushing thing I was talking about. You can probably hear my controller going crazy because I'm slamming the button over and over and over. One other thing that's a little bit weird for me is feels like nose and tail, like a nose slide versus a nose blunt slide, feel like they're the opposite direction. I don't know. Ooh, over crook. But, all this stuff, like they've said, is, of course, placeholder. They might tweak the controls. They might tweak literally anything at this point. But it's just to show that this is a serious project. They are actually working on it. They do have progress. They do have this base to build on. They're not going to be asking for money on Kickstarter for nothing. They are actually working on it. So it does show that for sure. And it is a lot of fun. Like I said, I played it for like 2 hours. Just messing around, doing tricks. Yeah, nice. So it feels good when you land stuff. That's what's pretty cool about it. Let's see what else I can do. One thing that I did notice is like to board slide, let's say. Yeah, you actually have to do a command for it. So board slide, halfway down there it says slides. The first one, it shows you have to do left and right on the sticks. That's instead of just landing sideways and falling on the rail and that's it. Like that's what happens. You actually have to do a command to do a board slide. So that's different than skate. And I think that kind of makes more sense because there's a lot of times playing that game when I would, kind of accidentally land on the curb and I'm doing a grind when I just meant to land, and I didn't mind in the game because it gives me more points. But when I'm just trying to skate around and have fun, I want to do things on purpose. So you do have to actually try to do grinds, which is fine. You know what? I am going to conquer a smith grind. I tried one for a while. Okay, I'm backside, so I'm going to do a backside smith that is upright on the left stick and down on the right stick. Okay. Okay. Upright and down. Oh, okay. Not quite. Hey, all right, cool. Yeah, that's cool. You know, it feels like you will eventually get to a point where doing tricks on purpose is going to be a challenge, but it's going to feel a lot like skating. Like you have to juggle all these different things, and you got to think about what the trigger's doing versus what your right foot is doing versus what your left foot is doing, and all that kind of stuff. It does feel pretty good. So, you know, I felt good rolling away from that. I don't know. I think the ledge is a little bit easier to hit than the rail is. But yeah, hopefully you guys will get a chance to check out that Kickstarter. I have pretty high hopes for it, and we'll see how it goes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut to some pre-recorded footage that I did yesterday when I first got it, just because it's hard to actually focus on playing and talking at the same time. So I'm going to show you some of the other stuff I did, and let's cut to that right now. Actually, before I cut to that footage, I found this other level. When you launch the game that they send you, it just sends you right into that skate park, but you can actually pause it and go to the main menu, and there's actually some more stuff. And I realized that there is another park here. So I'm going to play this for a little while, and then I will cut to that. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Got their Kickstarter banners up everywhere. There was a mini tutorial before this, which I didn't record because it was just like, here's how you push, here's how you ollie, and I already talked about all that stuff. But yeah, come on. This game is genuinely pretty tough, but I have only been playing it. Oh, that was weird. I have only been playing it for a couple hours total, so I'm not gonna be an expert quite yet. There, I want to pop out because I stuck onto it last time. This is pretty cool. I really wonder how much stuff they've got at this point. I'm assuming that their Kickstarter is going to show that kind of stuff. I also wonder if you get hurt in real time. I'm not really sure, but if you look at my, let's see, my right elbow, it's like bloody. I don't know if that's random or if I actually fell on it or something, but let's try to do something good in this area. Oh, kickflip blunt. Let's try a laser flip to fake it. Oh, okay. 360 inward, my bad. That was completely backwards. Okay. Yeah, I'm at a point where I can basically call out my tricks. Sometimes I'll scoop it the wrong way, but I can basically do what I want. You don't really get very far button mashing or just like spinning your sticks around. In skate, I feel like you kind of can. You can just spin it in a little circle and something will happen. It might not be anything good. You might do the same trick a million times, but you'll do something. This game, you do actually have to plan, so it feels like it's made for skateboarders, and it's a lot more legitimate from that kind of perspective. One thing they're framing this as, this may be a little sneak peek at a little story mode or something, is I'm in jail right now, as you might be able to tell with all the barbed wire. And it was like the prison warden who was teaching me how to skate. So I don't know if that means anything, but that's what I saw so far. Yeah, I really like this. I am also encouraged by the fact that it looks quite a bit different from the other level. You know, yeah, it's still a skate park, but you know, they went through the effort of making all this different framing, like the fences and the basketball hoops and the background, the city background and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So that makes me feel good about where the game is right now, because who knows what you can't get to. Again, sorry for the email. I can't help but have those pop up every time I'm trying to work. This is my work computer, and I, of course, get work emails all day on it. Let's try, you know what, I'm going to try to conquer another grind here. Let's do, I want to try a, you know what, I think I've done everything at this point. I'm going to do a nollie backside salad. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a nollie and then a backside salad. Oh, first try. Okay. Well, I must be getting pretty good. I wonder if you will be able to spin a little bit faster too. Like, let's say I preload for an ollie. I can wind up and I'll turn a little bit, but I don't feel like I really spin any faster. I wonder if there will be a way to tweak that. They're going to work on the flip speed and everything, so it'd be weird if you couldn't also spin faster or slower. Yeah, so this is what's going on. It looks like the time of day is changing and all that kind of stuff. There's definitely a lot going on in this game beyond what you can see in the demo, for sure. So yeah, that is what's going on. They have hashtag make session happen. The coach or my prison warden also said that at the end, but it flashed on screen real quick, couldn't tell what it was. Hashtag make session happen. I really hope that it does happen. This could be a really great thing for skateboarding in general. If this game does really, really well, who knows what else might be inspired by it too, you know? So I'm really looking forward to it. But I have shown you, you know what? I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to do a nollie frontside flip to fakie 5-0. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, I need to aim myself a little bit better. You know what? Is there a... Oh, there's a bank right here. Good. Yeah, the speed thing, it does help a lot to have those little starter banks. Okay, nollie, frontside flip. Ooh. See, this is what I'm talking about with it being addictive, because I meant to stop playing quite a while ago. Got the nollie frontside flip. Nollie frontside flip. Oh, okay. That was kind of good. Not what I was going for, though. This might not be possible. You never know. If I can't do it, I'm going to say that it's not built into the game yet. It's not my fault. But I think I probably can do it. Hey, all right. Cool. So that was pretty good. Fakie inward heel flip is now the middle of the night in the game. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys get the chance to play it when it comes out. I'm looking forward to seeing their Kickstarter. I hope that they do very well in this. I think that they will, because they've really got something here. This isn't just an idea. This isn't just concept art. This is something that exists for real, and you can see it with your own eyes. You can see that there's progress in it. You can see that this has some real potential. So now I am going to cut back to my pre-recorded footage that I wanted to show you, unless I just so happen to stumble onto another area before I leave. And here is some of the stuff I did yesterday. I want to real quick apologize for the frame rate. It's recorded in only 30 frames per second right here. You know how Windows will like to randomly restart itself and tell you it did some kind of update but not tell you what it was? Well, for some reason the update, blunt hard flip out. One of the updates that it did last time was change the Xbox app, which is how I recorded this, to only be 30 frames a second by default, which kind of sucks because I use it all the time and I'm not sure exactly how much of other games I've recorded in 30 frames a second because I only noticed it after I finished this. I'm working on a review of another game right now, and that stuff might be spoiled as well. But again, the performance is not really the point of this so far. You know, they're still working on the graphics and everything, so chances are it'll get a lot worse, and then they'll optimize it. You know, that's kind of the last step. You want to target your minimum specs and all that kind of stuff. So you're still getting a pretty good idea of what it's like. There is no sound here. It did not have any sound when I played it, so that's just how it is at the moment. I don't know if they have it and it's just turned off because it was too beta at this point or something, but it is what it is. So this game does feel really good to just do lines and just skate around and do stuff. I also like how instant the session marker thing is. The way that they have it is just the D-pad down to put down a marker and then up to pick up where you left off. And you don't, in Skate, you'd have to hold R1 or whatever, or L1. And with this game, it's just, it's instant. You just instantly jump back to it. And that's pretty important because that is a huge part of how this game plays. It's all about just doing tricks and having a good time with that, as opposed to all the story mode and all that kind of stuff. So, very happy with it so far. There was one other thing I didn't mention that they want to have. You can land into a revert, which they haven't done yet. You can click the stick in, which will make you switch stances around. I don't think I ever did that when I was recording. I don't really have much of a reason to. I'd rather do it a little more naturally as a line and just keep it going. But yeah, let's see what else I've got going on here. Clearing that little bike rack thing is pretty hard because of the speed. You have to do it just right, but it feels good when you actually clear it. Yeah, like that right there, that manual, I'm pretty sure I landed in it perfectly, but the animation for landing into it just isn't quite there yet. So you land and then you're just suddenly nose manualing a second later. But it is what it is. I do like those 360 flips. I think that they did motion capture that one so far. But a lot of the times when I try, I will do a varial kickflip. Hey, now a hard flip. I will do a varial kickflip on accident. It's kind of like Skate, like you would do a 360 shove it all the time on accident, but again, this is still very new to me, so I'm getting used to all that kind of stuff. I really like how the backside flips look as well. I think it's just kind of by chance at this point because, like they said, 95% of the motion capture is not in. But yeah, it does feel pretty good. The grinds feel pretty good. They do take a little bit of getting used to as far as getting the timing right and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think that was a switch. Yeah, you can get on and off your board really quickly. And it kind of goes crazy. One other thing is the timing is a little bit weird at this point. So to clear a gap like that, you have to pop a lot sooner than you think that you would have to, because it has to play the animation of like bending down and then jumping up and popping. So you have to pop it like 4 feet sooner than you might think. And if you don't, then you kind of just roll right off the edge and then you pop it off the last stair or something. But that's it for now. Hopefully you guys can check out that Kickstarter. I'm going to try to cover it when it comes out. But that's it for now. I have a lot of other videos about skateboard gaming you can check out on the channel. And I hope to see you around next time. Thanks for watching.